Hi guys, today's in this video I'm going to be showing you what are promises, how they look like, and whenever I keep on talking about promises in our upcoming videos, you won't be thinking what are promises and be confused about it. So JavaScript promises are easy. They are just a simple method of you having a code that it definitely need to do two things. Maybe the first thing is getting accepted and maybe the second thing is getting rejected. So whenever you have two things that is supposed to happen in a code, so the first one being accepted or rejected, and then you can use that in a form of promise, so you can be able to handle the error properly and handle the proper response. I'm just going to create my index.html correctly and then app.js, and I just want to create the simple document structure because we are going to be linking our JS file together with it. And trust me, this video is not about JavaScript. This video is Node.js Express.js course, so I'm just reviewing this so you'll be able to be familiar a bit with them. So we are going to be using the fetch method. If you remember the fetch method in JavaScript, you can use it to fetch any URL or any API you have there. So basically me, I don't have any API, but I'm going to just go and search for any free API out there, so we are going to use it. And then I have this my B sector open, which is a place where you can find some free API and use it for testing. You can see sample API for testing. So I'm just going to grab any one of the API here, and then I can just copy it and then paste it in here inside my code. And then as you can see, you will know that if you are using the promises, we have what you call the dem method. So after fetching the API, you will append it with a dem method. That's okay. Then after fetching, what's next? You understand the point now? Then what? So then data. So that means if the API is fetched successfully, we are going to be having a data. So the data is what do you want to do with the data? You can do anything with the data you want, but I just want to console log the data in my own scenario. So I just want to console log the data that we have up here. So whenever the API is working successfully, I just want to append the dem method and then grab the data and console log the data into the my browser console. So another thing is, what if we are unable to fetch the data? We have the catch method also. I mentioned if you're having two things, maybe getting a correct response and the other response. So we can use the catch method to catch if there's any error or anything wrong with the fetching method, and I can just console log the error also, same thing as I console log the data. This is just a simple promise. So and whenever you see a dem method and a catch method, it's not necessary you put the catch method, but whenever you see a dem method after doing a particular API call, so that method is called a promise. And then let me grab the let me say the parts of this website and paste it inside my browser. Good, and let me paste it inside my browser here. Let me open the console because we are doing console.log, and then I can just paste the link I copied. Let's have it. You can see now we have some response. I'm seeing something like course. I don't know, maybe I'm unable to fetch it. Then I'm also seeing the status to be 200, which is okay. So I don't know, you can just see we have some sample of messages, like some things fetched inside the API. I've not used this API before. I'm just using it for us to be able to see how the promises syntax look. So it's not necessary you will be your own end will be like this. So you can see, but we can see we have something of status 200, and I believe 200 is okay. So yeah. So this is a bunch of data that is fetched from that fake API we are using, and that's good. You see the status is okay, but I'm seeing some false also. So I don't know. Even though I was expecting to see some particular data, but I've not used the API before, so I don't know how the response looks. So, and then you see the catch method. So whenever we are unable to fetch anything from this API, the catch method is supposed to just display an error inside our console. And basically, as I say, that's how the promises look like. This syntax like this is promises syntax, promise. So, and in our next videos, couple of videos, we see us doing something similar. To be sincere, you will see a lot of syntax like this whereby we do then and stuff. So I believe by then we are using promise and you won't be shocked that what's this syntax look like. Some of you have covered this in your basic JavaScript, while some of you have not. And if you have not, I believe you should be able to just go back and check the JavaScript documentation to learn more about promises, so you won't be left out entirely when we are doing it, because I won't be explaining in details that much during the video, but I'm going to do my best to explain to you to understand. So other promises you can learn about is promise.all, and then probably promise dot raise. So we have a lot of promises method, as you can see, but we can just be able to use this. I just put this here so you can learn more about them. This promise.all waits for all the promises to be to be executed, and then after all the promises have been executed and fulfilled, so it gives us the response, whether we're having the correct response or the bad response. Is going to use the catch method to catch the bad one. So, and then promise the raise, as you know, raise. So when we are raising, something must come first. So promise the raise, we raise for the first response. So no matter which one of them, if we are using calling promises on 3 different API, this promise the raise, the first one, the first response will just be the one that will proceed the argument. So see you in the next one.